Hello. It gives me great pleasure to present the International Rugby Players Special Merit Award to a South African legend, someone who was not only famous for his speed and try-scoring exploits on the field, but also for his countless hours behind the scenes with our organisation, International Rugby Players, and with his local Players Association, My Players. This man isn't just any old man, he is someone who I've grown to become friends with. He is a benchmark for what it means to serve the game beyond the pitch and what it embodies for our award, which recognises not only leadership on the pitch but everything else as far as working with charities and working to promote the game as well as promoting player welfare. From joining fundraising efforts that benefit hard-hit communities to making sure players at the highest level of the game have their voice heard in both the men's and women's game across 15s and 7s. International rugby players and the wider player movement are absolutely thrilled to present this award to a great person and a phenomenal rugby player, one of the best I've seen in my era. Let's have a look at what this man's achieved.
I think we all know Bryan very well as a player.
Bryan Habana's going to score!
He's a team man, he's committed, he's skillful.
Oh, brilliantly done again by Bryan Habana.
He played more than 100 tests for South Africa.
And what about the great Bryan Habana, the world's most capped winger?
Bryan Habana! This is South Africa's record! The Rugby World Cup's top try scorer.
But I think what a lot of people don't know is the amount of work that he does off the field for rugby. Since 2010 up until now, he's been giving so much back to the industry and the players. Bryan provided key strategic leadership to My Players, the players' organisation in South Africa from 2010 to 2015. And he gave us great player input with regards to our commercial rights development, our labour development, but also a lot of input in our financial services offering and our player career development. After that, Bryan started getting involved with the International Rugby Players Association, so he's now also giving a fantastic contribution to the international players of the world.
1, 2 and a 3 and my trainer.
Bryan is the type of character that understands that the game won't grow and become better if people like him don't give back. He's the same type of asset to the game off the field than on the field.
Oh, history's waiting for you, Mr. Habana. It's just going to have to wait a little longer, I think.
Gentlemen, please welcome to the stage to receive the 2022 International Rugby Players Special Merit Award, the great Bryan Habana. One with yourself as well, David, like if I'm just with you. Hold it up high, Bryan. Let the smile light up the trophy. Indeed, if you want to see yourself off. Good evening to the hardest working man in rugby. Lovely to see you. How are you? Many congratulations, and it's rightfully yours, this award. Just tell us, first of all, if you can, how much rugby's given to you, and therefore why you feel it's so important to be giving back.
Good evening, everyone. Bonsoir tout le monde. Yeah, I think for those of you who were around in 95, I was a 12-year-old boy who never really understood the game, and I was one of the fortunate 60-odd thousand to be sitting at Ellis Park that day. And I think witnessing history, but witnessing the power that rugby has to bring people together, and having never played the game before, seeing what that side did, seeing the iconic Nelson Mandela walk out there in a number 6 Springbok jersey, which had potentially been seen as a sign of oppression for so many in our country. And to hear Francois Pienaar's words saying that it wasn't for the 60,000 in the stadium, it was for the 48 million in South Africa, lit a fire inside me to one day do the same. I think when you start dreaming dreams, I don't think you ever in your wildest imagination think you're going to do things that I was able to achieve. And I think to the coaches that selected me, to the captains and the players, everything I was able to achieve was because of everyone else, and grateful that I was a part of some great teams led by great people, and that rugby gave me an absolutely incredible life.
It really has done. And I love the fact you talk about the fact it lit a fire, because that fire burnt pretty brightly with the Rugby World Cup and Rugby Championships and European silverware, Super Rugby as well. But all of that came as part of a team, as you've just mentioned and paid due credit to. But to be recognised for this as an individual means what?
Yeah, it's pretty special. I think to Omar and the team at the National Rugby Players that allow us that have played the game to give an input, Conrad, Dave, Rue, Rachel, those that work so hard behind the scenes, to World Rugby that's given, committees and, players the impetus to allow to be a part of something special. I think the game needs all of us to make it a positive one, and, where we can, give back. It's an absolute privilege and honor. Again, a part of an organization like the National Rugby Players, I feel extremely humbled, and hopefully the game can just go from strength to strength.
Good stuff. We'll look forward to you leading us in the Macarena in the nightclub afterwards. Ladies and gents, the great Bryan Habana. Congratulations to you, sir.